Booyah!
The ad is starting now and will go for 180 seconds. Welcome in and thanks for joining today, Ruckmat. Welcome in and thanks for joining today, SMC My. The ad is starting now and will go for 180 seconds. Welcome in and thanks for joining today, Clarkio. Welcome in and thanks for joining today, Royal_Corks.
Oh, yeah. You know what time it is? I'm sore. I'm sore, chat. We're gonna do it, though. Oh. Clap. That looks so cool, Rugmat. Nice job. Clap. Woo! Hello, hello. Welcome in to the Clarkio Shenanigans Show.
Welcome in and thanks for joining today.
Good to see you, Trin, Rugmat, May, Frackberg. The early birds get the special dance, that is. Happy to have you all here. I'm your host, Clarkio, right here on twitch.tv/ClarkIO, youtube.com/ClarkIO. I'm here every Friday-ish at 12:30 p.m.-ish, bringing you fun, interesting, educational, entertaining stuff. All right? The dance is my favorite part of the week. You know, that makes me very happy to hear, Frackberg, and I appreciate that. Trin says it's a good one today. Yeah, that was good. It really went well. I love that you all have the ability to impact the intro dance as part of that too. And Rugmat's like a producer of the intro dance right there. Did you see what Rugmat did? The matrix movement just at the right time, and then that orange kind of back shadow. It just flowed so nice. That's one of my best ones, I would say. Thanks to Rugmat helping out there. So you're love the work you did there. The color shadow. Yeah. That was cool. So keep that in mind, those of you that show up for the early bird. You have the chance to use channel points to impact the production quality of the intro dance, like Rugmat just did. So shout out to Rugmat for that. The real one, for helping put that on and make that special. That was cool. That was one of the better ones. All right. On that note, if you are new here, and a reminder for those of you that have been here before, what can you expect in today's stream? We follow the same, pretty much the same format for most streams. Start off just chatting like this, where we talk about each other's wins of the week. If you don't know what that is, exclamation point WOTW, send that into the chat. That's my keyboard clicking sound. Okay. Can I unplug this? W exclamation point WOTW. Then you hit enter and send that into the chat, and you'll find out more about what wins of the week is. That was good too. All right. We'll celebrate each other's wins a little bit. Like to hear good things that are happening, starting off the stream on a positive note. Then we get into, and I need to do that because the next part that we get into, the next segment of the show, is when I play Wordle. Okay? And when I play Wordle, it's kind of competitive. The idea, the challenge with playing Wordle is not just to get the word right, but it is to guess the word in 3 or less guesses, because then I'll get a point. If it takes me more than that, 3 to 6 guesses, or 4 to 6 guesses rather, you all get a point. And if I fail completely, you all get 3 points, giving you a very dominant lead, because we only play this once a week, every stream. So the past 2 years now, chat has won. I have yet to get the redemption I so deserve for that. Speaking of, well, actually, I'll get into the weeds of that in a second. So we go and do Wordle, and so if we start off on a positive note, that way, if I don't do so well with Wordle, it softens the blow a little bit of that negative, result. So then we play connections together, and then maybe words on stream if I'm eating lunch then. Otherwise, we jump right into the technical portion of the show, which is related to words on stream, because if you've been paying attention, you've been here, but you know already. But if you're new here and this is your first time tuning in or watching this recording, then you'll find out quickly that we're building a tool called WoS Plus, Words on Stream Plus, that enhances and aids the experience of playing Words on Stream for players. The biggest feature that WoS Plus provides to you. Sorry, I got distracted with the personal, like somebody tried to FaceTime that didn't intend to FaceTime, I guess. The biggest feature that WoS Plus provides that many appreciate is at the end of a round, it shows you what words you missed. And we're getting more and more accurate. And the goal today is to make it the most accurate it's ever been, because we have a lot of data now on the different boards in Words on Stream and the words that are more accurate than what we were doing before. So I'm very excited about that. I have lots of updates to share with you all on that front, what's been being done and changing off stream between last stream and this one. Okay. So that's the plan for today. If any or all that interests you, I hope you stick around. If not, use your time wisely. Understand. Don't waste it on me then if it's not going to help you. Right? So use your time wisely. Hope you have a good rest of your Friday and weekend if you got to tune out. If none of that interests you, or only some of it does and you got to go, totally understand. I hope you have a good rest of your Friday and weekend, and thank you for checking out the stream in the first place. All right. Trin says, do you play Wordle by yourself all week to practice? I do, essentially. So Trin, in the Discord, we share, we being folks from the stream here in the community, there's a Wordle channel in the Discord, and we all, like a bunch of us share our results pretty much on a daily basis. For the most part, I play every day. Sometimes I miss it, or sometimes I get stuck and then I forget to get back to it before the end of the day, and I just let it go and count it as a miss for me. But yeah, we do that, and we share our connections results in there. We have those 2 channels for that. And so if that interests you, Trin, we'll be happy to welcome you in there. But I totally understand. Similar situation, like Discord servers are like keys on a keychain, man. They just start piling up, and you just got this wad of keys in your pocket or in your bag or something like that, and it's annoying. So I get it. But in case you don't have something like that going on, and you'd like to partake in that and join the community, you are more than welcome to do so, folks. All right. I think Bauer just passed gas. It was not me. Oh, man. Oh, damn, boy. What the heck did you eat? Yeah, that's what I didn't hear it. You know something? Did you know dogs can sometimes audibly fart? I didn't know that for the longest time. Until these dogs, both Bauer and Max, who is since passed away, but he did the same thing. Thanks for that, Rugmatbutt. All right, so what do you all have going on? What's you about to get destroyed? Oh, is the Wordle bad this today? You forgot to Wordle this year, Frackberg? Okay, well, you got plenty of time left in the year to catch up. Did you see what Rugmat did? Sounds like a different question than what you were actually asking. Yeah. You haven't done Wordle yet, Rugmat? Go do it now. Go do it now so you don't miss it before I jump into it. We're doing wins of the week, though. So, folks, if you have a win of the week, drop it in the chat. Again, if you don't know what that is, type in !WOTW to find out more. Wordle done. Okay, cool. Frackwork says, I love the new puppy, but her gas smells like she pooed right in your nose. Oh, gosh. And yes, both my puppies audibly fart. Yeah. Oh, boy. That's a very interesting way to describe that, Frackberg, but I appreciate that and feel it. I feel it in my bones. I haven't wordled, nor do I know the word, but I got a feeling that you're gonna get destroyed. Okay, thanks, Royalty. Appreciate it. Appreciate your confidence in me. All right, wins of the week. Let me think about mine. So, exercising, staying healthy. I'll put that as a +1 there because this week was particularly difficult in that regard because I had, so basically the thing that I'm signed up for, I pay monthly for classes to a gym that I go to. Okay. And this is the one thing that kind of irks me. I'm going to go on a little bit of a rant here, but keep in mind, this is still a win overall, but a little bit of a rant that's not just with this gym or like, it's just this type of subscription model that companies do. Like, let alone subscriptions in general. Like every company, it feels like, is going to some type of subscription model for people instead of just being like, hey, you're paying for this thing as it is, and then that's it. Like, you get it for the lifetime, and then if you want to upgrade, then you pay for the upgrades type of thing. Like, I miss those days a little bit. Okay, I'm just saying. There's some things that make sense to be subscription. There's some things that make sense to be a one-time payment, and that's it. You're done. Like, the thing does what it needs to do. I don't need to keep subscribing to it. Unless problems are coming up, in which case then I understand that I would have to, fork over some cash to get an updated one or something. I don't know. I get that there's ongoing maintenance that happens to things, but there's some product. I'm going on a rant. I'm sorry. Bear with me. Right off the start. What are we? We're 19 minutes into the show. I'm already going on a rant. In any case, just to finish that thought, some things make more sense as a one-time payment. Some things make sense as a subscription, but there's too much stuff that's leaning into subscriptions for things that don't make sense to be a subscription, and that bothers me. Okay, now case in point, gym membership. Okay, I get that that's normally a monthly subscription, but this type of gym membership is for classes. Okay, like classes I've explained in the past, but really briefly, I found myself to be this is the most consistent I've been in exercising in at least a decade, if not more. Okay, so that's why I'm liking this style or this approach of having a class. I'm on a team and I have a coach telling us what to do. It's really motivating and encouraging. Even on the days like today, this morning, I did not want to go, but I went. And then once I'm there, it's like, all right, I'm in it. I'm pushing myself, trying to get better. Everybody else around me is trying to do the same, encouraging. You know what I mean? Like, it's a great experience. Not complaining about that. That is a win. I'm very grateful for that, and I'm proud of myself for being consistent with that because I've not been good about it prior to doing this whole thing. Now, the problem I have is the subscription. Like, I could go to the unlimited one, but it costs more, and I don't see myself going more than twice a week. Like, that's my goal, is just to maintain, stay healthy, be physically active. I'm not trying to get yoked out of my mind or anything like that, or become this monster. And I just want to, keep my strength, keep my health up, keep my heart cardio health going, maintain and like be a good example for the kids of like staying active, because again, like I was not a good example prior to having kids of being active, like moving around and just doing stuff instead of just sitting at a desk all day type of thing. Okay, admittedly. So this is another reason and motivation behind me doing this. So that all in mind, I really like twice a week is a nice happy spot for me. And it's the one, like I said, it's the one that keeps me most consistent. So I pay for the twice a week. I get like 8 classes a month type of thing, but things come up, you know? And so like what ends up typically happening is I will, instead of going twice a week, maybe I went once a week because something came up. So then the following week I'll try to knock out 3, but something comes up that week, you know, whatever it is. Like there's things happen. It doesn't happen all the time, but like I would say every other month things get a little wonky. I don't get to stay on the same schedule that I want to stay on. And what inevitably happens is which likely might happen unless I go tomorrow. I have 1 class left in my subscription bank that, you know, in my bank of classes that I subscribed for and paid for. Keep in mind, I paid for 8 classes for the month, my pay period. But it's use them or lose them type of thing. And that's what I don't like. There's other things like that, you know, other companies do that too. And I'm like, but I'm paying for them. Like, let me bank them or something. Don't just take it away from me. And like, I get you don't want to let people, I know there's some downsides to it in the sense of like, people will take advantage of that. But then you put other constraints around it too. Like to say like, hey, you know, if you use it or lose it, but you don't lose it right away, you get an extra, you know, you can keep that class rolled over into the next month if you need to, or the next 2 months or something, but then that's it. Something like that. But the fact that I'm paying for something, I already gave you the money for that class and I just didn't get the time to go. Normally I do. Things come up. Kids get sick, you know, dogs got problems, got to do this, got vacations, holidays, stuff comes up. It's normal. It's life. So why the heck can I not get to use the class that I paid for? That really frustrates the heck out of me. Anyway, I'm done with my rant. Anybody else agree? Stand by the desk more? True. And thank you for being here, Lobtoby, I think. Let me know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, or give me some direction. I welcome direction on how to pronounce your name. Names are important to me. I want to get it right. Appreciate you being here, first time chatting. What else we got here? Frackberg says, it's truly awful. I figured everyone should know. Yeah, well, you described it quite well, and I feel awful now. So, job well done. Mission accomplished. May says, has your coach seen the Clarkio dance? No. Thank goodness. You know, it's funny. I don't know what it is. I'm not like embarrassed to do that, and it's recorded and everything like that, because I just, you know, there's something about like, I don't see you all physically around me, but makes me feel more comfortable and just being myself and doing that type of thing. But then if I were like in front of a group of people in like a room or something like that doing that, no. So that's the thing. Like anytime, like I think I told you all when my neighbor came across the stream and he was telling me he saw it, and I was like, oh gosh, I don't know what I looked like, but I probably turned real red in the face. I should post your pictures on our wall. Well, I know we have your picture now, May. You're a freaking celebrity with the Houston Texans over there. Congrats, by the way. Team's doing phenomenal. I'm very happy for you. Anytime I see the Texans, I think of you now, and I'm like, oh, May's probably freaking out, going nuts. So happy. So yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. I hope that never happens, that my coach would see my Clarkio dance.
Thanks for joining
Trin says, your eyebrows definitely burned some calories today. Oh man, thank you for that comment. I agree. I think they did. I got some thick brows. You know, Trin, I don't know if you've been here when I talked about how I got these eyebrows. Like I inherited these from my grandfather on my father's side. And I don't have a lot of, I'm not really great at remembering things, especially from childhood, like, or even things that happened earlier today or earlier this week. But I remember my grandfather had eyebrow hair that was so long it curled back onto his forehead. And those are the eyebrows I inherited. And you know what? It is what it is. I am who I am. So that's the deal. But yeah, Mrs. Clarkio is she's always commented on my dark and thick eyebrows. And she's actually, it's funny, before I grew the beard out, she would always, because my hair is actually kind of lighter than my eyebrow hair. And so generally, like when I'm not wearing a hat, she wants me to, like, you know, do my hair with like some type of molding product and stuff like that, and it ends up looking darker so that it matches my eyebrows more. And so she's always a fan of that. And then she's like, well, since you got the beard, it kind of balances out and level, like they don't stand out as much, the eyebrows anymore. So I remember she was like at first like, oh, I don't know if I like this whole beard thing. And now I've talked to her about like, hey, what if not that I'm truly considering it, but I just as like a, you know, throwing in the idea out there, like what if I went back to shaving the beard off? She's like, no. I'm like, all right, fair enough. I wasn't planning on it. I do wonder what I would look like now if I would like age, if I would go back and age again, visually speaking, you know? So what if Frackberg says tangential wind? The wife bought a new computer chair where the arms fold flat so the puppies can snuggle up next to her while she's working. The new puppy quite enjoys it. Oh, that's super cool. Very cute. Congrats on that. Thanks for sharing that. That counts. A win is a win. I mean, you're enjoying that. That brings you joy. That's a win right there. It brings her joy. It brings the dog joy. It brings you joy seeing that moment. That's a win. All right, so keep the wins coming. Other wins that I have. So yeah, I'm doing well. I'm proud of myself for continuing to exercise. It was a little bit more challenging this week trying to catch up. In fact, I still have one more class I got to use up before the end of the year, or not year, end of the pay period I'm on. What else? Family's happy and healthy. Actually, not fully. Mrs. Clarkio has been down a bit with a cough. I think she might have bronchitis or something. And oh my gosh, yes, Danish, I will talk about that too. That's another win that's going on. Thank you for reminding me, buddy. But she's doing okay, and for the most part, she seems to be feeling all right. It's usually like it comes in spurts. She gets coughing fits and stuff like that. But making sure she's taken care of and relaxing and getting rest and stuff. I feel like I had another win. What else? I would say one win, another win, like work-wise, is just getting back into the routine, getting caught up from the holiday break and everything like that. That's been good. I think it's been good for the kids to get back in their routine as well. So I'm very grateful for that, and just our situation in general. Like I feel very blessed. So lots of wins, lots of things to be happy about. Hope you all have some more wins too. If you have anything that you come up with that you feel comfortable sharing, drop it in the chat. Let me know. The niche also brought up, right? So my goal, little TMI, I'll be very brief about it, but like, and I shared it on stream, I think last stream when we did the streamiversary celebration stream. The goal this year is to just spend less time sitting on the pot, sitting on the bowl, going to the bathroom. Okay. Mrs. Clarkio says it's probably averaged at like 15-20 minutes or something like that. I beg to differ, but you know, I'll take her opinion into consideration. In any case, my average now, because I've been timing myself, and I've been good. I've been good, chat. I've been timing myself. I want to say my average is like around 2 to 3 minutes. I've been writing them down. So I time myself and I write it down in the notes app. Hey, listen, I got to hold myself accountable. That was my goal. And you know what? I'm really glad I've done this. It's been refreshing, to say the least. It's been refreshing to do that. I feel like I've gotten a lot of time back in my day. I feel like I've also, so one of the things that would be a habit that would lead to me, so there's 2 reasons why I would be in there a while. One is like, take my time, you know, let things just happen naturally, if you catch my drift. But also I'd feel like, oh, there might be more, but it's just not there ready yet, so I'm just gonna sit and wait type of thing. So that's one reason. The other reason is I'll get engulfed in like, you know, reading up on like tech stuff or whatever. I'll be on my phone, you know, and I feel like I'm spending less. I probably have my screen time. I don't keep track of the screen time, but I bet if I was, my screen time would be significantly down as a result of this. So I'm like killing two birds with one stone here with this goal, you know. So that's another win. I'm very happy about it. I guess if you'd like, I'll keep you updated. If not, you know, that's fine too. I'll just keep it to myself. But it is a win. And thank you for Danish for reminding me. Danish, what's your win of the week, Danish? You should be thinking about it. I hope you got one. Something positive. Frackberg says, lol, I apparently sneezed too loud and both dogs came running into the office barking like mad. And your wife is on a work call? Nice. Frackberg says, remember kids, a 10-minute poo break every day on the clock equals a week of PTO over the course of a year. It's crazy. That's crazy to think about. It adds up. The time does add up, you know? It does. All right. I guess that'll conclude for the wins of the week. No other wins of the week? Oh, hold on. Let me respond to this work thing. Speaking of work, shout out to Sneak, my company that I work for. SNYK Sneak. You can check them out at snyk.io. Hashtag not sponsored, endorsed, or anything like that. Just a big... let me focus for a second here. Okay. So hashtag not endorsed or sponsored or anything like that, but thankful for my leadership that affords me the time on Friday afternoons like this to keep this skill up and keep the show going and all that fun stuff. All right. So check them out, snyk.io. That's sneak.io. And you can see my videos there if you'd like to. The niche win of the week. Call with you was one positive thing this week. You reminded me, actually. That was the other thing I thought about as a win of the week prior to this. Well, first of all, thank you for that. I'm glad to hear that, Danish. I do enjoy catching up with you. It is a positive thing in the week. And trying to make you laugh is always fun too. I would say another thing that happened this week that I'm glad I did, and it was the win of the week, is I don't know, something came over me yesterday where I just felt like, you know, there's a handful of people that I haven't caught up with in quite some time that I should touch base with, especially with it being the new year and everything like that. And so what I did was I just called up people. Like I had an uncle I haven't talked to in a while. I tried calling them. Well, the funny thing is, I don't like getting random phone calls. Well, phone calls from people I don't know. If it's from people I do know, then I'll pick up. But in general, like I'm more of a texter than I am a phone caller person, if you will. So anyway, it's kind of, you know, a little bit ironic that I was deciding to call people, but I was driving too. So I was just like, I'm going to do the hands-free thing. You know, I'm like, call so-and-so. So anyway, it was really nice because then those people, even though they couldn't answer in the moment, they ended up getting back with me later on in the day. And they were just like, oh, you know, it was really nice that you called. And I spent a few minutes chatting with people and catching up with them. And it was nice. It felt good. So that's another win, I would say. Triple B is in the chat. Good to see you, Triple B. Win of the week. Had a really good cheeseburger today. I love to hear it. Is it from the place that you love to order from? Or is it like a homemade one that you grilled up or something like that? Because if I recall correctly on your stream in the past, you've talked about ordering from this awesome like burger place. It is. You haven't had one in months? Oh, that's awesome. Congrats on that, man. Thanks for sharing. You know, I'll say another win of the week for Triple B here. Triple B started streaming again this week. I know I caught one of them. Did you stream more than that one time? Let me see. No, just that one time, huh? That's okay. No, I'm not knocking it like it's... Sorry, I didn't mean that to come off like a bad thing, but I was just making sure I didn't miss any other ones. That's awesome. I streamed most days, I think. Oh, maybe not... Oh, really? Why didn't they come up in the community announcements then? In the Discord. That's weird. I know the one came up. What's going on in the community announcements? Discord channel. Oh, you know why? It deletes them. That's why. So that's why I'm not seeing them in the history, but it was probably there when it happened. Okay, my bad. Sorry, I'm got messages now that I'm seeing in Discord that are distracting me a little bit. What were we doing? Oh, so Triple B. Yeah, I'm glad to see you streaming again, buddy. Glad to see your face on the screen. I'm glad to see you doing well. All right. Okay. With that, let's get into Wordle. If you have other wins of the week, it doesn't have to be reserved just for that segment of the show. Feel free to drop them in the chat at any point in time. Let's switch over to playing some Wordle now. A reminder, as I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, so I wanted to talk about this. I failed to put a list in the Discord of charities that we'll donate to as a result of you all winning. You get to choose the charity. I will get to that this week. Okay? I'm writing it down. Going to make it happen. And that way we can get it done before the end of January like we did last year. All right? Oh, Mace got a win of the week. Went to Target to use the e-virtual card and money on Target app and use cash for the rest. Told the cashier split payments and she said don't worry about it and paid for all my items. It was $10 what she paid. Oh, that's sweet. That was a nice thing. Congrats on that. That's a good win. And thank you for sharing that, May. That's cool. Did I miss anything else in chat? No, I think I'm all caught up. Okay, cool. All right, Wordle. I got to get it in 3 or less guesses. Also, I've been noticing on this computer, I don't get it, but on my mobile phone when I play Wordle, I get the like advertisement thing. It's just a blank screen because I'm using Brave. It's blocking it, thankfully. But, and I have to click an extra button to get past the advertisement page. And I'm like, freaking New York Times, man. They're just driving this thing into the ground, aren't they? All right, here we go. 3 or less guesses. We always start with chart. Ooh, we got an H and a T. T in the correct position. H is somewhere else other than that second letter. Oh, I got it in 2. That's another win I would say this week is I got the Wordle, I think, yesterday in 2 guesses, which has been a long time. Been a long time since I've done that. That felt good. Now, if only I could do that today. I think I got pretty lucky with it, too. If I look at the Discord Wordle from yesterday. What did I get? Yeah, it was 2 out of... It was pretty lucky. Oh, no. Well, it was pretty lucky. I had the middle letter and the last letter in the correct position, and then the first letter, S, was somewhere else in it. I don't even remember what the word was yesterday. That was good. Okay. Let's see. Maybe it's... I would guess if it ends in T, it's not... The H is not going to go there or there. And if it doesn't go there, it probably starts with H. So I'm going to go H something 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 T. It can't be heart because there's no A or R. Is it no, I was going to say habit. But there's no A. That'd be a decent guess. Habit, hallet, haggit, half-it, had it, hobbit, hobbit, homit. I don't like this song. Homit, hoxet, how, hound, out, Should I guess Hobbit, chat? Should I? What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Let me know in the comments below. May says up to you. All right, I'm gonna go for it. Oh, it's not even in the word list. Okay, never mind. Okay. Oh, it could end it. It could be like IGHT, like fight, light. It could be like that. Okay. Oh, I'm glad I figured that out pretty quick. All right, so we got might, fight. I'm gonna go with my first guess. Might. Ah. What is it? Tight. Oh no. This went bad fast. I think I have a choice between night and 8. Right? There's no other options? Oh no. Is this gonna be the first failure of the year? Like barely 2 weeks into the year? I feel like it's been night before. So could it be 8? I'm gonna go with 8. Oh. That. Woo. Okay. Oh boy. Oh, look at the niche had the answer right there. Oh my goodness, that we just evaded disaster there. Yikes. I went from almost having it in 2 to barely making it. Love to see it. So thrilling. All right, let's update the pinned message now. We're gonna edit this bad boy. Chat, you now have 2 points. Congratulations. And then 64 overall lifetime score. Update as of January 9th, 2026. Congratulations, chat. You have a nice lead. Starting off the new year. Very happy for you. It's amazing you can average 2 to 3 Monday to Thursday, but Friday it's 5 to 6. You know, it is interesting that be the way it is. It is interesting. There's something about like the mental space that I'm in when I'm streaming versus when I'm just like, because the other thing is like when you think about what streaming, like there's the pressure to get it done for this segment and not prolong it. Whereas like on other days I can start doing it because I tend to like wake up in the morning and like after helping out with some of the stuff around the house, I tend to like try to get out of bed, go do stuff around the house, help get the kids ready for school and out the door and whatnot. And then maybe after that, or in the process of that, I tend to start the Wordle. Okay. My brain's not fully awake then. So it's really not the best time for me to be playing Wordle. So I generally start it around then, maybe finish it if I'm on a good streak that day or a good mental space that day, or not mental space. You know what I mean? Like my brain's firing on all cylinders, I guess. And then other times I'll stop and try to finish it later on in the day or something like that. So I think that's to my benefit, and that's why I get it in less tries other days of the week versus on Friday. So it's the other thing that makes that challenge a little bit harder. All right, now let's play connections. Hi. What's that in reference to, Releasy? Let's play connections. All right, we got 3 ball, solo cup, 6 mafia, 8 ball. What the heck is that? What? These like pool games? Limb chains with a Z. Deep end. Non-blondes. Thin ice. Heart emoji. Cardinal. Fourth. Tooth. Oast. Less. I don't think I'm going to do well with this one.
Don't pretend you're no good, 'cause I can see you.
Chat, I'm going to need some serious assistance on this, I think. Really says, I swear, if you read the hi like that again, I'm going to smack you. It's the Wordle loss dumb laugh? What the heck you got? What are you? What? I have no idea what you're talking about, Roy Lacey. Don't you be talking about slapping me. What could these be? You might need to? No. Don't be talking like that. Thin ice, limb, direction, solo cup, deep end. I don't see anything. Heart emoji's red. Cardinal is red. Maybe that's what's going on here. Solo cup is red. What else could be red in here?
And thanks for joining today Workout 2005.
Hey, workout. How you doing? What you win in the week if you got one to share? What else might be red? Most, less, deep and thin. I don't think anything else might be red in this. Fourth? Is fourth maybe like one of those things where it's like it can be spelled and sound differently? Non-blondes sung the song What's Up, right? I have no idea. Releases says, actually I got another win of the week. Finally made an overlay app that doesn't take a whole beast PC to run. Now I can draw anywhere on screen for fun. Not like draw, but I can make toys and gadgets. Okay, cool. That's awesome. Thanks for sharing, Releasey.
Welcome in and thanks for joining today's Sub 9066.
One Direction. Oh, like the band One Direction. Says Frackberg, 4 non-blondes, 2 chains, 3 ball, 3-6 mafia. Oh, really? Wow, musical artist minus starting numbers. That's, hey, nice job, team. That was a team effort right there. 3 ball is red. Is it really? Okay, 3 ball, cardinal, heart emoji, and solo cup is red, right? Things that are red. That's the yellow one? Yikes. Thanks for that assist, Slugger. Good to see you, by the way. What's your win of the week if you got one to share? Thin ice, deep end. Oh, these are like expressions, right? You're on thin ice. You're going to the deep end. You're out on a limb. What's the other one then? You're behind the 8 ball. Used in metaphors for precarious situations. Yeah, okay. All right, what do we think this last one is? What an odd way we did this, but hey, it works. Workout says, yeah, one cardinal gender is red, other is brown, I think. Okay. Fourth, couth, ost, lest. I just feel like there's probably like, it's like homophones or something like that. Cardinal directions with first letter. Oh my gosh, are you serious? What was that? With the first letter changed? South, north, west, east? Are you freaking kidding me? That's terrible. You got purple first, Rugmat? That's amazing. That's a terrible category. That's awful. These other ones are I'm okay with, but like, really? Fragment says, I'm proud of getting the blue category mostly. Yeah, you should be. That's wild. I never would have gotten the blue category had it not been for you all helping out there. I like how cardinal and direction were also both in the puzzle, so that may have helped. Oh yeah, that gave you a hint. That's pretty clever. I'll give that to them. Yeah, I knew. Yeah, I got you. Were. All right, nice job, chat. Let's get this added into the connections channel. Reminder: if you'd like to join in and be part of the community, sharing your results, playing these daily games like this, feel free to use the Discord command, !Discord, or go directly to clarkio.com/Discord for the invite link. All right. On that note, we are done with our dailies for today, and we are going to jump into the Words on Stream Plus technical portion of the show. Look at that. We're fast into it. Less than an hour. Bada bing, bada boom. All right, let me catch you up on what has changed off stream. The most recent thing is I've been using agentic coding to write up tests for the project. And what's nice is, actually, I don't think I have it set up here yet. Let me npm install. And I'll show you the coverage we got going. Now, what's been fun about this is like I did like 3 different files I had 4 different PRs I had it do. The first one being like the setup and scaffolding of the testing, the testing tools and everything that you need to do testing with JavaScript based projects, right? And then the next 3 were make tests for these individual scripts and files and stuff like that. And then what I was doing is it would open up a PR, and then I would go and review the PR. So I sent those all off like all around the same time. Stepped away to go do other. This was like over the weekend, or I don't remember, whatever. But like I had other stuff going on, so I went and did that. Like sent that off, and then I would go do some other things, and I'd come back and check on them. Hey, TypeScript Tea Time, good to see you. What you win of the week if you got one? So I would kick those off, those agentic coding sessions in the cloud, and I would then come back and check on them, and then review the tests that it wrote, and I'm like, oh, okay, these make sense to me, or they don't, and I would have it iterate on it, So that was fun. It was I think it was a great use case for agentic coding. I knew I wanted to get tests in place and coverage put in place so that I could feel more confident that if those tests are passing after other changes that I make or an AI coding agent makes, we can have more confidence that it's not breaking anything now, right? Without having to like run it and test it that way. So yeah. Awesome to see you, JT. Thank you for the 66 months resub. That's a heckin' long time. And it's with Prime. You got to really be intentional with that. So thank you for that. I recognize that. And Schmerple, right back at you, buddy. How you been? What you win of the week? So that's something I worked on off stream. I'm trying to think what else I worked on off stream here. I guess I can go through the commits and that'll remind me. The tests are the most recent thing. Excuse me. What did I do in this one? That's the workflow. And then I also added up so in order to get the test to run on pull requests, I added a GitHub action, which we can take a look at here. The tests GitHub action, so that every time a pull request is open or a merge to the main branch is executed, it runs the tests and makes sure that everything still passes. So you can see we had one time where they weren't passing. So it's been good. It's been good. I like it. This is what you need to be doing. Or part of, you don't have to do it exactly like how I'm doing it, but it's something that you can do and have as part of your workflow to make things more production ready. I also was, but this was a while ago, I was working on getting Twitch login set up, and then I kind of stepped away from that as usual. I always get frustrated with it. It always aggravates me trying to do simple login. Just doesn't work right. All right. What else? Oh, I wanted to go back to the code and commits and like take a look at those, see what else might have changed since I did attempt to. So May was reporting some bugs in the Discord channel. Speaking of, again, !Discord, or go to clarkio.com to join the Discord channel. If you do enjoy using WoS Plus and you want to share feedback and ask for feature requests, there's a channel in there called WoS Plus that you can tune into and join up and help out there if you'd like. So yeah, May was reporting some stuff, and I was attempting to try and address those as much as possible, but I don't think we fully got there where it was like things improved a little bit, and then things took steps backwards. So this is more test stuff that was going on. I don't know what these are. It was Copilot doing stuff, I guess. Remove unused imports and comment out the WoS base layout. Update lock to latest package versions. Yep. That. This was all. Oh, yeah. Oh, I guess. Yeah, I didn't get to update you all last stream because we did the Streamiversary one. So something else that I worked on kind of over the holiday was. So you all know the game itself, when you're playing it or when a streamer is using the WoS Plus tool on their stream, what's happening in the background is every time the players complete a board, that gives us a very accurate idea of the words that are being used in words on stream. And we keep track. So I store that board in a database table up in Supabase. And then what I was doing is I manually was running a script like on a infrequent basis, but essentially daily, to then capture the words out of that board and put them into the words table. So that way it's me controlling it a bit more of like those words, although there's still potential for people to inject random words in there if they really wanted to. But so far it's been a great way to more accurately like capture words that are being used in words on stream. So in any case, the point I'm getting at there is, yeah, I had a SQL script that was doing that, but then I set up in Supabase like a cron job that will just automatically run that script for me like every 30 minutes or something like that. So it checks to see if there are new boards, and if there's new boards, then it will take the words out of the data for that row of that new board and then inject those words into the words table. So it's been really good, really cool to see. TypeScript Tea Time says, win of the week. For the first time, I spent a lot of time on polishing a game. Not that the game is in any way ready to be played. It's a great learning experience because the focus is so different from prototyping. Oh, that's awesome. Congrats on that. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, I feel like that's awesome to hear. I was going to say, I feel like, because I have not experienced building out a game myself, other than maybe like trying to do like a snake thing back in like QBasic days. So like very, very long time ago. And I feel like it's a whole different beast and paradigm you're dealing with when it comes to creating a game. So I hear you. I hear you on that. May says, did you get the Copilot link to show missed words yet? No. I think what we're going to do with that, May, is we're going to scrap that link and those changes. And what I was thinking of doing today as my objective is moving over to that flow that we've talked about in the past, where at the end of the round, instead of trying to, we'll get into the weeds of it, but basically using the boards at the end of the round, using the boards now to check for missed words. So we're going to see if we have a board for the one that we're playing right now, see if there's a board that was stored in the database at the end of the round, and then go get all the words for that board that way and see which ones we missed, so we can very accurately identify missed words rather than the other ways that we've been doing it. So it's going to do that first and then have a fallback to the other ways that we've done it in the past. Okay. So there we go. You should join the Glam Jam. What's the Glam Jam? TypeScript Tea Time. What's the Glam Jam? Is there anything else? I added cores, utility functions, and API endpoint for the word retrieval. Yes. So, that was the other thing. I moved from using the old dictionary, which is clarkio.com/words. What was it? Words? Is it words? No. What was the other one? I think it's just dictionary. Or WoS dictionary. Yeah, that's it. This is the old database, words database that we were using. So we moved away from this and had it start going, create an API endpoint that then uses the Supabase database words table So we switched over to that, and that's been going great, I think, as well, and much better. I think once I moved over to that, we saw an increase in accuracy in words missed. Still not perfect, still a little bit of discrepancies that May has been reporting, but very much more accurate. The one thing that I'm realizing, though, and it's reminding me now thinking about what May was reporting, something that May reported as a bug with the Words on Stream Plus is, let's take Dylan's stream, for instance. So Dylan is a streamer that uses the streamer view of Words on Stream Plus to host his Words on Stream. And if you are a player like May that's tuning in and you're having your own instance of using Words on Stream Plus in the player view, what May was reporting and found that there can be some discrepancy sometimes where on stream, in Dylan's stream, in that instance of Words on Stream Plus, it showed, I don't know, like one word for a slot that was missed, and on May's side of things it was showing like 2 words or stuff like that. Or in some cases, and this is the thing that's tough that I don't know if I'm going to be able to solve, I haven't quite come up with it. I haven't even come up with an idea of like a way to solve it other than something pretty drastic, but or something that would require drastic changes to the existing system right now. But basically what tends to happen is like Words on Stream at the end of the round, or end of the level rather, if you recall, it does like a syncing. So it like leaves like an extra few seconds because of the stream delay that can happen for players to give them a chance to guess more words for, you know, to try and beat the level, and in case you're not able to get the goal number of points that you need to beat the level. So I don't know how to combat with that, or find a resolution to that, other than and the reason I bring that up is that can lead to some, like, because what ends up happening is like the Words on Stream Plus sees the event from the WebSocket from Words on Stream itself that the round ended, and therefore stops capturing guesses. You know what I'm saying? But I think the Words on Stream game itself might not, you know, there might be a discrepancy in the timing of when it sends that event versus when it accepts an answer still, as if it were not over yet for that level. So anyway, what ends up happening is at the last second, Words on Stream may recognize and acknowledge a correct guess as part of that round, but the Words on Stream Plus, because of latency and network and whatnot, doesn't capture that. And so it shows that that slot was still missed, even though in the game itself it shows that the slot was guessed correctly. So I don't know if there's a way that I can resolve that, but I acknowledge that being a very difficult edge case to try and, yes, exactly, when it says syncing at the end, work out 2025. So JT says words. TypeScript Tea Time says a game jam themed to be 90s, early 2000s girl games, and it's hilarious. Can I share a link? Yeah, go for it. I'm not affiliated, but joined last year. Yeah, go for it, TypeScript Tea Time. Thank you for asking first. But you're a regular here, and I would not have been offended if you dropped the link without asking first. You said last time I did a game fully in Svelte, so web dev skills is more than enough for a game jam. No need for Unity, Godot, and the likes. Okay, cool. Yeah. Drop that link. I'll check it out, and that way other people can see it too. Very cool. Let me see. I was just screening it first, just in case. All right, Glam Jam 2, hosted by Aaron Brumey. 21 days left for submissions. 138 folks have joined and 2 entries so far. Glam Jam is inspired by the girl games movement of the 90s and 2000s as a sometimes misguided but very entertaining attempt to appeal to the taste and pocket money of tween-aged girls. Often centered around stereotypically feminine interests like fashion, baking, or caring. Okay, yeah. That's cool. That's a good idea. Prize is the Glam Jam Laurel of your game page. A printout certificate, a prize package including Boys to Men CD, Ricky Martin CD, and I don't know this one. What's Bardot? One of these OP shop CDs as is. Ooh, desirable. Judged by anonymous vote. Okay. Very cool. Yeah, that's awesome. These game jam things are really taking off, huh? I see a lot of game jams. I didn't realize that that's what, when you're saying glam jam, I didn't realize it was a game jam type of thing. I thought it was something else. You can win a Ricky Martin CC. Who wouldn't want that? I know. Yeah. Good old Ricky Martin. All right. We're going to take a quick break. Get a WoS on. We'll get a WoS game going. WoS on stream, I was going to say. Releases says, I happen to not be a girl, but I did need a jam. I don't think you have to be a girl to participate in the jam. I think the theme, though, is to make a 90s, 2000s girl game. Living La Vida Loca, yeah. Mirror link I'm going to drop in the chat. And we'll pin that sucker. Let's switch over here. It's not lunch break. We will be right back. All right, kick this off. All right, what's up, chat? How we doing? What level you at? Okay, okay. What could it be? Clear. Nice clear, chat. Level 15. Was that Bauer? Yeah. He makes a weird like. I did crooner. What the heck? I was locked, I guess, huh? Nice job though. Nice clear. Level 20. All right, here we go with hidden answers. Damn, what the heck is this? What the heck is it? Illusion. What a guess. What? I'm lost. I don't remember the other big word. I'm lost. This is a tough board. Let's see what missed words we get here. It's gonna be another 7-letter word. What could it be? Outline. Is that in the database? Let's see. Boards. Let me show you what I'm doing so you can see. Here's my database. Boards. I'm gonna filter. I'm gonna say the ID equals outline. Oh yeah, it's already in there. All right, so don't continue. All right, I have it on autopilot. Hold on. Oh, let me stop the autopilot. Okay. Outline is correct, 100%. Yep. Okay, so I want to look at what did I have where it was like? Let me switch scenes though. Oh, it's not showing because it reset. Do I have it here? I still have it here at least. All right, let me show you on this then. All right, so we had outline. I'm gonna start from the back. Outline. Illusion was right, so those two are correct for the missed words. Then 6-letter words was lutein and outlie. Let's see if that comes back here. We have outlie, yep. And lutein, yep. Utile. Until, untie. Move these closer together. Until, untie, unlit, unlet, unite. Unlit, unlet, unite. Yep. Okay, so everything was accurate. That was 100% accuracy on missed words right there. 100% accuracy right there. That's good. May, question for you. This is the player view. So this is player view for me. Player view has these words that you don't have. Audi, Tilo, and how are you? Hold on. How is yours different than mine, May? Have you refreshed that? Maybe you're using like a cached version. This, like what you're seeing on my screen right now is player view. Look. I played that round or that level on player view here. And I guess we could go back to the stream recording to see the streamer view as well. Let me go twitch.tv/Clarkio. Can I go back? This one. What? Ugh. I'm not logged into my own account, that's why. Oh, I could go to YouTube actually. YouTube. Yeah. Where do we end? Let's see. Fast forward, fast forward. You've refreshed and restarted your PC. That's so weird. Why are your words different? Oh, that's gonna bug me. Why would your potential missed words be different than mine? Because I'm closer to the game instance? I don't know. Alright, so this is streamer view. The one that's showing here. And that seems accurate as well. Unite, unlit, untie until utile. Where are your words coming from? You got Audi? Like, it's almost like your instance is still using the WoS dictionary. So hold on, let's double check this too. So if we go to clarkio.com/WoS dictionary URL and I search for Audi, yep, that's in there. And what about like the Tilo? That's got to be Portuguese. I feel like your version of the game that you're playing off of, May, is still... Are you on wasplus.com or clarkio.com, May? Check your URL. Yeah, can you send your link, May? This is only in here. Let's double check, though. I feel like it's going to be only in there and not in the words dictionary. Filter, add filter... Normalized word. Is that one? It was Thule. Thule. Yeah, that's not in here. That word's not even in here. Okay, you're using the... Oh, okay, you're using the Twitch login one. Don't use that URL, May. I'm sorry. That explains it. You're using the Twitch login one that's not... Like, that one's like... It's like a... temporary link for some work in progress stuff. It's not like an accurate one to be using. My bad. I think I had pointed you there to like test out the login stuff a while back. I should have told you not to go back there anymore. All right, so that's good. That's good though. Like, it's unfortunate that you've been experiencing that, but the good thing is it's an easy adjustment. Just go into the regular WoS Plus URL. So to explain for anybody that doesn't know, and for May, maybe if you're not understanding what's going on here, when I make the way I've set up this project, it's hosted via Cloudflare, which is a hosting provider to. So basically, the code that I made for this tool and the domain that I purchased via another provider, I tell Cloudflare about the domain. I tell them about this repository, which is where the code is, and use that to host and run on their services. Okay. And then that way, when you go to wasplus.com, you see what I've built, like from the code that I wrote here. And a feature that Cloudflare has and a lot of other hosting providers have is they can create preview URLs, which is what May shared in the Twitch chat right there. So what a while back was, I've mentioned this a little bit earlier on at one point in the stream, I was working on adding a Twitch login to the site. And what's nice about that is Cloudflare, as we click on one, you can see, will create what's called a commit preview URL or a branch preview URL. So what May was looking at was the branch preview URL. And what's nice about that is it allows me to try out those changes in a real environment, or a more accessible environment, not just on my local machine, so I can get a better sense of like what it's like deployed and running that way. And so yeah, May's been playing off of that URL still. So that explains it. Okay, so now we understand the discrepancy a bit better of why. Because this instance here, and these changes don't have the latest changes from the main branch in this branch here of changes for that URL that you're running off of, and therefore it's using the old dictionary and not the new dictionary. So there we go. We solved it. We finally solved it. It just took me streaming and going through that to see what was going on, May. I think I can close that issue now, though. I opened up an issue as a result. A player view shows different missed words from streamer view. I'm not signed in here. Can I go do it in my other browser? I do think, I don't know if I want to close this though. I do think there is still potential that internet connectivity and the whole syncing thing can cause discrepancies. I think there's a possibility of that. Who did this? Copilot looked at it. So I don't know if I want to close this or not. Yeah, I can reopen it if I need to. I'm going to say, we tested things out live on stream and realized that May, who originally reported this issue, was using an older instance of the app from a preview URL didn't have the latest changes and was still using the old words dictionary. Closing this is solved, but may reopen as there is still potential for discrepancies when the end of a no, you can't see what I'm writing here. This is off screen, but I'm basically it'll show up on here once I comment on it. Closing this as resolved, but may reopen it as there is still potential for discrepancies when the end of a level completes and the WoS game instance is in the syncing phase before completely ending the level. The level from further guesses by players. Alright. Close with comment. Should show up here in a second. Do I have to refresh? Yeah, there we go. So I just wrote this in there just to keep track of it. Alright. Well, that's nice. What else? Alright, so what I wanted to work on. Alright, so May says, so is there a link on your website that I should be using on your site? If I click on words on stream, I see launch tool, but when I click it, yes, I did notice that bug too, actually. So that's something we should fix first. This used to drop down when you clicked on it with player view and streamer view, and it doesn't do anything now when you go to wasplus.com. So I got to fix that, and then we'll work on the logic for calculating missed words a bit more, even though it's super accurate now. So that's what we'll do. So May, you're just gonna have to manually type in wasplus.com/player. And then it'll bring you to this view where you can put in the mirror URL and the Twitch channel, and then you can toggle these on. Also, I've noticed, do you see how slow and this is not the stream. Like I'm clicking and it's kind of laggy. I wonder if anybody else is experiencing that. I'm gonna drop the link in the chat. I don't know what's going on with the performance of this. It's just not snappy. It used to be. Something happened that's like slowing it down. So This one. Okay. On that note, let's get to fixing. How do we usually do this? I let you all play while I'm working on it. Do you want to do that, chat? What do you feel? What are you feeling? Let me switch to science and or software. Okay. All right. I've been liking, by the way, GPT 5.2 has been really good, although I hear a lot of good things about Claude Opus 4.5. It's been impressive for people, but like for little things that don't need much work, like I might even use Raptor Mini here to go and figure out why in the drop down. Let's see. What is it called? I like to at least give it some direction. Oh, it must be up more. Where is it? It's the hero. Launch tool. Let's go npm run dev for now, so we can at least see it in action. Okay, should be good there. So we go local host 4321. And yeah, when I click on this, it's still not working. So now we're going to tell the agent about that. So we have, let's go. Why? Because it's like an SVG. Why is that not? Oh, it's a button with an SVG in it. All right. The launch tool, right? Is that what it is? Yeah. Launch tool button in index.astro. Let's add that there for the context. I don't need to now that I add that context. The launch tool button used to open up a drop down menu with a player view and player and streamer with the player view and streamer view options. But now when users click on that, nothing happens. Identify what's causing that, fix it, and add tests to ensure that doesn't happen anymore. Let's see what it does. Raptor Mini, let's see how good it can do at something like this versus a more expensive GPT 5.2 or Claude Opus. This should be within the realm of what Raptor Mini is capable of. Like, there's speaking of that, let me talk about GitHub code model use cases or something like that. Models to develop. No. Use cases for GitHub models. Yep. Is this it? No, that's not it. GitHub best use cases AI models. No. It's like GitHub Docs. I think I have it in one of the youtube.com/sneaksec. One of the I think it's in the Raptor Mini video that I did. I have a link to it.
In the midst of
Yes, choosing the right model. Here we go. I need to bookmark this. All right. So in here, this is a great resource. Let me share it with you all too. If you're doing any type of AI coding or coding with AI models to assist you or that sort of thing, you should definitely take a look at this AI model comparison site from GitHub. I think it's immensely useful. So what it does, get a little bit bigger so you can see what's going on here. It does recommendations for models based on the task that you're trying to do. So we have a task area, what that model excels at, the main use case for it, and then some additional capabilities, and any further reading you can use from that. And so I think they have Raptor Mini in here. So it's like a general purpose coding and writing, fast, accurate code completions and explanations if we needed to. General purpose coding and writing, you know, they recommend GPT-5 Codex, GPT-5 Mini. Use these models for common development tests that require a balance of quality, speed, and cost efficiency. These models are a good default when you don't have specific requirements. Specialized for fast, accurate, inline suggestions and explanations. So maybe I don't use Raptor Mini for this particular thing that I'm about to ask it. Reliable default for most coding and writing tasks. Fast, accurate, and works well across languages and frameworks. Delivers high quality code on complex engineering tasks like features, tests, debugging, refactors, and reviews with lengthy instructions. So maybe I switch to GPT-5 Codex for this one in particular. Write or review functions, short files or code diffs, generate documentation, comments or summaries, explain errors or unexpected behavior quickly, work in non-English programming environment. Okay. Fast help with simple or repetitive tasks. No, that's not what we're doing, but Haiku 4.5 from Anthropic is good. Deep reasoning and debugging. I think I might need to go this route. GPT-5 Mini delivers deep reasoning and debugging with faster responses and lower resource usage than GPT-5, ideal for interactive sessions and step-by-step code analysis. GPT-5, complex reasoning, code analysis, technical decision making, more reliable completion, smarter reasoning under pressure. Gemini 2.5 Pro. So maybe I go GPT-5 Mini for this one. What do we have here? What is 4.1 and 4.0 good at? Or Grok Code Fast? I haven't really used Grok Code Fast. Do we have that in here somewhere? In this one it does. Specialized for coding tasks, performs well on code generation and debugging across multiple languages. I might go that route. Otherwise, GPT-5 Mini seems to be working with visuals. Claude Sonnet 4, Gemini 2.5. Not working with visuals. This hasn't been updated, I don't think. When's the last time this has been updated? Oh, let's see this one. This goes into, I like the table format that they had. This is going a little too much in depth, I think. Do they have like Opus? They don't even have Opus listed on here. Look, it hasn't been updated. They need to update this. It's like a GitHub repo somewhere. I wonder. Oh, it is a GitHub. All GitHub docs are open source. See something that's wrong or unclear, submit a pull request. So I wonder if they're going to make changes to this AI model comparison. That's what we're on before. All right. General purpose, coding and writing. I think we're going to go GPT-5 Mini for this one. Let's see how that one does with this. Doesn't cost anything for it either, so let's see. Yeah, May, so all this time you've been using the wrong link. Was that a waste of time? No, I don't think it was a waste of time. I thought with me running that link on multiple streamers helped your test. It did help. The big thing to test with that link that you were using, May, was Twitch login flow. And if you ran into any issues, like your session getting you, like, did you find you had to log in a lot, or was it fine, or did it keep you logged in for an extended period of time? Stuff like that is kind of what I'm looking for from that particular link that you were using. But to be honest, so It wasn't a complete waste of time. It was super helpful to have you do that. If you have feedback on it, I want to hear, but specific to the login stuff, not necessarily to the words results and that type of thing for that link. That was the purpose of that link. I will be iterating on that a bit more. In fact, there's another approach to Twitch login that I want to explore before committing to one thing or another just yet. All right, let's see what it says here. That was the problem. The one thing I don't like in GitHub Copilot in VS Code here is when I like that it shows me all these details of how it's thinking, but like when it's thinking about it, I can't scroll within this like little squared off window until it's done doing its thing. And then I think I can do it. Like if I click on this, then I can scroll through it and see all of it, you know? Clarified path requirements and ran tests. All right, let's see what happened. It looks like the tool needs an absolute... No, that's not it. Analyze event propagation issues and add tests. I think that the issue might be with event propagation when clicking the button, causing the document click handler to close the menu immediately. The button's click handler should use stop propagation to prevent the document handler from firing. However, if the script executes before the DOM loads, the element may... okay. And adding tests. I need to add tests to check that clicking the trigger toggles classes. There are already tests located, possibly using jest or vtest. Okay. Seems like it's doing what it needs to do. Wants to run test and launch menu tests. That's okay. Yeah, go for it. May says it did log me out, but could not figure out if it was overnight or you did a refresh. No, what'll likely happen. So what happens is when you log in, it gives you a token that's stored in your browser, May, and then when that token expires, what'll happen is you'll try to do something, and that should trigger you to log back. It, like the app itself will identify, oh, this token is expired now for May, who was logged in before. You need to have her log in again, type of thing. So that's likely what happened, which means things were working as expected, so that's good. It says running tests or something. Why did it change all that? Oh, okay, that's cool. I do want it to log errors at least there. It's going to swallow up errors and I can't see anything. Workout says similar to the token in an arcade. That's how I use to explain it to people. Yeah, that's a great way to put it. I ran the unit test file and it passed. Next step's optional. Want me to run the full test suite and/or commit changes. No, that's enough. We'll stop there. I'm gonna run the tests now. npm run, or just npm test I can do now. Let's see if everything's passing. Yeah, look at that. Let's look at so basically it wrote a new launch menu test to make it, so it wrote code in a testable way instead of the way we had it before, which was a script directly in index.astro. The only thing I'm going to change here is I'm going to let it console error. There was an issue setting things up for page. I'm going to leave it like that. We can console log that in the client. That's okay. Why is it doing it twice though? No, that's fine. I noticed there are 2 event listeners on the index page now. One for Dom. Content. Oops. Content loaded. And one for Astro page load. Why is that, and what are they for? Is it duplicating work? Curious. Like, what's the difference between Astro page load and DOM content load? I'm guessing Astro has its own event it raises. Like, DOM content loaded is from the browser. Like, the browser does that, raises that event, but what's the Astro page load? All right, what does it say? DOM content loaded runs on a normal full page load and guarantees the DOM is ready. Astro page load is emitted by Astro during client-side navigation when navigating within the site. It ensures the same init runs after partial/file-like navigations. Okay. Using both covers both load scenarios so the menu always wires up. Duplication risk. If both events fire for a single navigation, or if setup runs multiple times, and your init function attaches event listeners unconditionally, you'll add duplicate listeners. Nice. Okay. Double toggles, repeat handlers. In our current change, the initializer returns a destroy handle, but setup doesn't guard against rerunning, so repeated calls would add duplicate listeners. Simple fix. Idempotent init. Add a guard so the initializer runs only once, for example, in the setup function. Yeah, let's do that. Or store the instance and call destroy before reinitializing if you need to rerun on each page load. Would you like me to apply the guard to, or make it? Or make init launch menu internally idempotent. Make. I don't know. Which one would be better here? I think we make init launch menu idempotent. And I'll put a comment there. Astro page load event is needed for spawn navigation. Any functions in here should be idempotent. I'll leave it like that. That way I know, or any models that read this know moving forward. Okay. Make init launch menu internally idempotent. While that's going, let's test this too. It's not working. Learn more works. This is still not. I click on it, it's still not working. See what's happening here. Nothing. There's no event handler still. What's the point in what it's doing if it's not fixed? Stupid bot. I'm glad it is not just me that it didn't work. Yeah, there you go. No worries. You can do that, sure. Okay, it's great and all that it did that, but when I click on launch, cool, it's still not showing the menu. I might have to investigate further with a better model right now. I'm gonna go with GPT 5.2 on this one. Can you double check what's going on?
Welcome and thanks for joining today's WoS.
What's up, Swiss? Happy to have you here. Welcome in. Can you double check what's going on and why this is happening? Hey, appreciate that. It's nice that it added tests for me. I like that. GPT-5 Mini was good in that regard, but actually fixing the problem, it didn't do a good job. So we're switching to GPT 5.2 to see if it does a better job. I love that I can just switch between the two very quickly in the same session here. Context. So it gets all that context, right? I'm assuming. Saying use 9 references. Why is it using these references? Also, I need to get rid of that file. This plan slot-based missed words detection prompt. It keeps looking at that like it's something it needs to do. Copilot instructions, great. List to do, not really needed anymore as much. I'm crashing out right now because I ran out of limits on both my Claude 20X account and I have to wait another day for them to reset. I'm stuck to watching. Wow. You are a power user, huh? That's awesome. What have you been working on, Swiss? Glad to have you here. Thanks for tuning in.
2 minutes on Twitch.
I'm going to expect the current index Astro and then adjusting it so it reinitializes safely after Astro DOM swaps while still avoiding duplicate listeners, plus extend the unit test to cover that. Okay, cool. That's good. What does it say? Found. I like how it says why my script. I mean, technically, GPT-5 Mini wrote it, so it's not your script, GPT 5.2. Multiple apps. Currently a journaling app that uses OpenAI's real-time API. Very cool. That's awesome. So you, what did you say, Claude? So you only use Claude? You don't switch to other models potentially? Because you just, like, you find that to be the best one for you? I switch around a lot. That's why I'm asking. I'm curious other people's workflow with it.
An ad is about to start in 1 minute on Twitch.
I have like a couple different workflows I do. I have one where I'm like sending off cloud agents essentially with different models. Mostly the same model between those different tasks, but they might be a different model than what I might be using locally. And then like this, where I'm like just very focused on one thing and trying to work through that. Use Opus 4.5 on the Ultra Think Plan mode for everything. It never fails me. Nice. No wonder why you're eating through your utilization, your quota. Call once immediately in case load event's already fired. Okay, true. Yep, that's good to have. I don't know if you read Boris's workflow tweet, but it's pretty similar to that. No, if you have a link to that, I don't like, it's on Twitter, send it over through there. I don't mind you dropping a link to that. That's okay. I love hearing about other people's workflows and use cases and stuff. I mean, like it's really it's both a terrifying and fun time to be a developer right now. And by like the fun aspect of it is like it's such a new frontier, a new space. Everybody's figuring things out, and we're all just sharing and learning from each other. And I love that aspect of it, you know. And then terrifying in the sense of like, you know, we don't know where things are gonna lead to from here. It's hard to predict that. Is it done now? Oh, it wants to run launch menu.
The ad is starting now and will go for 180 seconds.
Root cause I see now. Okay. It was Astro can swap page DOM during client-side navigation view transitions. Our earlier idempotent returned the existing instance even if it was bound to DOM elements that no longer exist. In that situation, your new launch tool button has no click handler, so nothing happens. Fix is applied. It's smart idempotent now. If there's an existing instance, it checks whether it's still bound to the current and whether those nodes are still connected. If not, it calls destroy and rebinds to the new node. Okay. Made the homepage init more robust. Instantly recovers edge cases where load events already fired. Still listens to both DOM with full reload plus spot navigation. Okay. Extended the unit test in that. Added a regression test that replaces. Okay, cool. Let's see it all in action now. Can it work? Yay! We got the button back. All right, that's working. And that's working. And we have tests for it now too. Wonderful. Wonderful. What are these 4 error things going on here? What is this? Open console to view errors. Only hidden. What are the hidden errors? Show me the error. Something in here? Oh, trying to get the favicon. Yeah, I don't care about that. All right. Did you create words on stream? I did not. No. Nope. All credit goes to the folks at Gartic and on Ryzen and all that. They are amazing. I actually, one of them even came into the stream like a few months back and it commented on it, and yeah, it was cool. It was cool to see that they had some interest in it, but I haven't heard anything from them since then. We had shared feedback with them. So to give you some background, Swizz, I used to I was working on like different projects, and then over my lunch break while I'm streaming on like I used to work on different projects on stream, and then over my lunch break we would play words on stream while I'm eating, because I'm not gonna, you know, it was just something to do while I'm eating, while I'm not coding and talking through my code. And as we would play it more and more, we started, you know, noticing things that we wish that WoS had and all that, and that's what led to this tool. And then I'm like, and then people within the Words on Stream community started getting wind of it, and they like it, and they started giving me feedback and asking for more features, and so it's kind of grown into a little side project type of thing that I've just been super motivated to work on and very encouraged to do so, and add new things and fix things and whatnot, thanks to the Words on Stream community. So like the biggest feature is, do I still have it open? This right here. So basically we embed Words on Stream inside the tool WoS Plus, and I put in the level. I keep track of your all-time best, and I show that visually. That's not really shown in the game until it's only shown on the streamer side of things when they start up and load up a new instance of the game. I keep track of the personal best for the day. That's what this 20 is. We've reached level 20, was the best one for this day. And then we keep a track of clears as well, meaning we got every word on the board correct. So that's one thing that we add with WoS Plus. Another thing that we add is this correct words area at the end of a level. A lot of times, because it's like a learning opportunity, in that people are trying to make words out of letters. I'm assuming you've played words on stream before, so you understand how the game works. And so at the end of a level, even if we pass it, but we don't get every word, you're left wondering what were the words we missed. And so that's where I started adding. This is one of the biggest, I guess, things that attracts people to want to use this or find it so valuable to them that are players of words on stream, is that functionality. And so what I've been doing is slowly but surely making this more accurate in terms of what words were missed for that board, for that level that we were on. Swiss says that's really cool. Yeah, I've played the game and I like these features. Yeah. So we have two different ways of using it. So there's player view, which is what I'm in right now. It's not really, there's not a whole lot different, honestly. Player view and streamer view are the same, but the idea was going to be streamer view. You can like have more customizability in terms of the layout. Right now it's all fixed to a certain aspect ratio and expected like 1080p kind of, because that's what most streamers are streaming at. Whereas player view has a little bit, I'm still working on it. It's still not great because I'm bad with UI. Hey Dolph, good to see you. How you doing? Happy Friday. In player view, it has a little bit more flexibility because I know, like for instance, one of our power users, May, that's in the chat, she tends to play on smaller screens and resolutions and stuff like that. And so we've had some issues there in the sense of like it doesn't adjust properly or make things look in a readable way on those smaller screens. So that's the big difference between player view and streamer view. But the idea is streamer view, a streamer can host, they want to do 24/7 words on stream games, like one of our other power users, Dylan. If you go to twitch.tv/DylanRCarp, you can see he's using it right now. And he put his own little styling on top of it even. So there's that customization that you have if you're CSS savvy, and you just plug in your CSS, you override the CSS in OBS in the browser source, you can do that. So yeah, this is streamer view essentially, and then player view for people that are playing and they're tuning into another streamer's instance of words on stream to play, that type of thing. They can plug it all in. And the way that works is, you go to wasplus.com. You choose that you want to, it's not working right now. We're fixing on this button, but you would choose to go to player view. You do /player for now. And then it immediately recognizes that you haven't entered in a mirror URL or the Twitch chat channel that you're playing, or the Twitch channel you're playing with. So you plug that in, you click save, and then it'll load all that up and you're good to go and start playing with this tool. And that's the gist of it. You're doing okay? All right, that's good to hear. Happy New Year, Dolph. We're fixing, you're tuning into right when we were fixing this one bug that's come up. For some reason, something I changed in the UI caused this launch tool button not to work anymore and drop the menu. So we just fixed that. Happy New Year to you too. Thank you. Swiss says, I like the rounded borders and stuff. If you really want some front-end help, Claude Code has a front-end design plugin. Does it? Okay. I'm glad you give me that suggestion, because the other idea I was going to go with once I got to that next task was going to use, I really like, when it comes to UI design stuff, Google's Anti-Gravity IDE and then Gemini 3 Pro. I've had a lot of, in fact, it redesigned my whole personal website for me, that I really like the way it did it. And so I've been impressed with that, and I've seen a lot of other people have success with it. And so when it comes to UI and design stuff, because Anti-Gravity has like that, I know other tools are starting to add this as well, but like Google made it work really well with Gemini 3 Pro, of that in browser or in whatchamacallit, the in browser preview that the agent has access to visually see the changes that it's making. I really love that about Anti-Gravity, so I was gonna go with that route. But I can also check out, if you have I still need to check out your tweet link that you mentioned. I don't know why it's taking so long to load up. I'm Boris, and Boris created Claude Code? Really? Wow. Lots of people have asked how I use Claude Code, so I wanted to show off my setup. That's cool. My setup might be surprisingly vanilla. Claude Code worked great out of the box, so I personally don't customize it much. There is no one correct way to use Claude Code. Let me share this on stream. I was just checking it out first before I opened it visually here. The only problem with doing that, Dolph, is let me get it loaded up here for you so you can see it. There you go. You at least have that. Dolphin's like, I want to play words. Go for it. Swiss says, yeah, Gemini is really good for UI. I've been building landing pages for cafes in my city using Google AI Studio, and it one-shots really good landing. That's awesome. Yeah, cool. That's cool to hear. I'm really glad you popped in. It's good to chat with some folks that are dabbling a bit here. All right, so this is what I was reading. We intentionally build it in a way that you can use it, customize it, and hack it however you like. Each person on the Claude Code team uses it very differently. So here it goes. And then I gotta log in. I'm not logging in on here. But I'll check that out further. I have it stored on my other instance of my browser here. All right, while I'm reading through the rest of it, it says, I run 5 Claudes in parallel in my terminal. I number my tabs 1 through 5 and use system notifications to know when Claude needs input. I also run 5 to 10 Claudes on Claude AI code in parallel with my local Claudes. As I code in my terminal, I will often hand off local sessions to web using end or manually kick off sessions in Chrome, and sometimes I will teleport back and forth. I also start a few set. This is cool to hear. I need to, let me follow him. I also start a few sessions from my phone. Dude, how is he managing all of these things running in parallel? Every morning throughout the day and check in on them later. That's nuts. I use Opus 4.5 with thinking for everything. It's the best coding model I've ever used, and even though it's bigger and slower than Sonnet, since you have to steer it less and it's better at tool use, it is almost always faster than using a smaller model in the end. Wow, okay. Our team shares a single Claude MD for the Claude code repo. We check it into Git, and the whole team contributes multiple times a week. Anytime we see Claude do something incorrectly, we add it to the Claude MD so Claude knows not to do it next time. Always use bun, not npm. That's cool, yeah. Other teams maintain their own Claude MDs. It is each team's job to keep theirs up to date. During code review, I will often tag at Claude on my coworkers' PRs to add something to the Claude MD as part of the PR. We use the Claude Code GitHub action, install GitHub action for this. It's our version of Dan Shipper's compounding engineering. Let me see, it says knit. Use a string literal, not ts enum. Claude add to Claude MD to never use enums. Always prefer literal unions. That's freaking awesome. Most sessions start in plan mode, shift tab twice. If my goal is to write a pull request, I will use plan mode and go back and forth with Claude until I like its plan. From there, I switch into auto accept edits mode, and Claude can usually one-shot it. A good plan is really important, yeah. I want to improve progress notification rendering for skills. Can you make it look and feel a bit more like sub-agent progress? I use slash commands for every inner loop workflow that I end up doing many times a day. This saves me from repeated prompting and makes it so Claude can use these workflows too. Commands are checked into Git and live in .claude commands. For example, Claude and I use a commit push PR slash command dozens of times every day. The command uses inline bash to pre-compute Git status and a few other pieces of info to make the command run quickly and avoid back and forth with the model. I want to check that out. What is that? Dash command execution. That's cool. Dude, I am so engulfed in this now. Swizz got me on a roll. There's a plugin called Ralph Wiggum where you can run a task on loops until it works perfectly. You know, it's funny you say that because I just heard that, like, that name, Ralph Wiggum. Usually it's Wiggum, right? With an M, not an N. And I was researching that a little bit yesterday evening. Swizz. Just checking on chat here. I don't know why my internet is acting so slow right now. Am I getting throttled? My download rate again is getting throttled. Wonder what we missed. Do I still have it open maybe? We missed Psy. On that one. Yeah, my download speeds are wicked slow. They're getting throttled big time. I wonder if I'm getting an outage again. All this week, chat, I have been getting... My internet service provider has been really messing with my stuff lately. I pay for a gig down. I'm getting 3.5 megabits. I don't see anything on here. There's no alert about an outage in my area. This happened a few streams ago too. I thought it was my internet. No. It's. I think it's on my end. I'm noticing that like web pages that Oops, I didn't mean to close that. Normal pages that wouldn't take that long to open are just spinning on my end. And I wonder if my internet service provider is throttling me or not. Like the music stopped. It's doing it. This is exactly what happened last time. At least you all are able to keep playing. I'm gonna do a speed test from my, from the modem. Yeah. What the heck, man? I'm getting 2 to 3 megabits per second. And my upload is like 14. I pay for 40. Oh, was that 20? That's ridiculous. What are they doing? I kind of wish Twitch had a pop-out chat feature where people can just use to play chat games like Words or Marbles, so the main chat doesn't get cluttered. Basically, two chat. Yes, I agree. I agree, Swizz. Like there's like almost like rooms, chat rooms you can join on a Twitch channel. Rugman says you say that and then the stream buffered for me. Yeah, I told you. So it says, I'm glad you're not just another game dev on Twitch because I like speaking to people who are working with the same tools and it's rare to find people like it. Well, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to have you here, Swiss. Glad we found each other. So Swiss, I have a full-time job I just do this just for fun on Friday afternoon, and pretty much every Friday afternoon, because my job lets me do it, and it's part of why they hired me too, and I do it just because I love streaming and I love coding and well now AI coding and learning new things and trying new stuff out. And so if you enjoy that kind of stuff and you want to tune in that thing, I mean, well, you're following already, so you'll get alerts to that. Yeah, only on Fridays. I used to, way back in the day when I was actually grinding on Twitch, I used to stream 3 different days: Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Wednesdays was learn Python with my buddy Cecil, that used to be a coworker of mine. Thursdays was like a podcast type of show that I put on called Build Up Devs with my buddy The Niche. And both those things have kind of, they kind of went away because, well, like the Python one is because we kind of ended things with that. Like we reached the end of like learning the foundation of it, and also job stuff changed. And then the Build Up Devs podcast thing, that ended because Danish and I just got busy, didn't have the time to do that as well. And yes, but I wanted to keep streaming, and I was like, all right, there's one thing I need to keep in place, is at least keep my Friday streams where it's just me, just my show type of thing. And while it's only one day a week, unfortunately, because of that, because there's been less pressure to like do it more times a week, it's kept me consistent for years. I've been streaming since 2018. I've been streaming since 2018. In fact, we just last stream we took a break and just celebrated the stream anniversary of 8 years. So I don't think I would have been able to keep streaming that consistently on a fairly, like, pretty much every week basis if I had to stream more than one time a week. So May says we still waiting on the CSS learning. Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna happen. I don't know if there's a need for that to happen anymore. I never had a strong interest in learning CSS, so that's always held me back, for one. And then 2, with the advent of AI coding, I don't know that I'm going to even need to learn CSS now at that level. Dolphin says we only need 1 board. What do you mean? You think we've captured every board possible? Swiss says, that's cool. I usually browse through software and game dev category, but I've never come across your stream. Yeah, no worries. Might have been just the timing thing. Might have been because I'm low on the page. But I don't care. My viewership has dropped since I went down to 1 day a week, and because of the content that I cover. I don't think I've caught a lot of people's interest. So there's that. But I was on a good path to make the partner back in the peak days of the Clarkio channel. But it is what it is. I'm beyond. Uh-oh. Now the internet went completely out.